Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the encounter. This is a beautiful day, the day that the Lord has made, the day that we should be glad and rejoice in it. Depending on the side of the world that you're watching from, today I'll just have to share three things that have been, running in my mind, the things that I've been trying to wrap my mind around, the things that I've been trying to understand its coexistence. So I invite you today to reason out with me and let's try and see the coexistence among these three things. And if we can be able to point out the coexistence among these things, then what explains its existence in the first place? The three things that I'm talking about is 1. Divine intervention, 2. Miracles, and 3. Probability or chance. Let's try and see if there is a coexistence among these three things. And if there is not, then what explains it? Assuming, let's face the fact, probability predicts the certainty of an event. Does this then mean that there can be divine intervention? Probably not. Miraculous things that are so unusual that you think it can happen by chance do happen, and it would be odd if it won't happen. With a population of around 7 billion people in the world, there are so many opportunities for these unusual events to happen. Of course, it do happen to some people, and for some, it don't. Let's take life as a journey. Going for any journey, you need to have a map of where you're going. And assuming that you know where the potholes, the corners are, and the steep sides of the roads are, you will still be in control of your car because you can turn around. What if you didn't know what is connected or what is surrounding you? Does this then mean that this is a miracle awaiting to happen? Because you might not know where you are ending next. You might end up in a ditch, might hit a bottle, might miss, a turn. And that would be dangerous. Think of another situation. You are in, let's assume you are in a building, a 5-story building with your friend. You're having fun. And then all of a sudden, you slip and fall. Either of you can hit the ground, past his head or her head, and die. Another one might break the bones, even 10 bones, but survive. What then explains this situation? Is this a divine intervention? Is this a miracle? Or is this just a chance that you survived? Some of them may say it's fate. So if my fate is already laid out, does this then leave room for a miracle to happen? We can't tell either. And to find out all these things, we think about our existence. We have heard about the story of creation, of our first parents, Adam and Eve. So about these 7 billion people in the world, did we all come from these two people that was first created by God in the Garden of Eden? Or is there anything else that can explain our existence? To me, we didn't just come from nowhere. There is a supreme being that is behind all this creation that we are seeing today. And sometimes you ask yourself, what then is this force that is behind the existence? And it leaves me with nothing else than to believe that there is a supreme being that created everything that exists in this world today. And it leads me to asking you a question today. Do you believe that everything is connected? Do you believe that everything that happens to you happens for a reason? Or do these things happen by chance? Or it's just miraculously happen? Then, does this teach us that we shouldn't be able to try to control our lives so hard? We shouldn't be so hard on ourselves, but we should learn, to flow by the waves of life. Think about the birds of the air. As they fly, do they fly or they are being carried by the waves of the wind? Think about fish. Do fish swim or they are being carried by the waves of water? 3 things: divine intervention, miracles, and chance. What do you think? I believe there is a force, there is a supreme being behind all this existence. We didn't just came into being, but we came from somewhere. My answer has always been, there is a force that we need to turn to understand what our life is. Sometimes we can't explain the situations in our lives and we think they are meant to happen. Someone else interprets that as it just happened by chance. Some say that had divine power as to why it happened. Can you point the coexistence between among these 3 things? Help me out. Leave your thoughts on the comment section and let's engage and try and explain the existence of a supreme being that is holding our lives, that gives us directions, that points us to where we want to go. Until the next time, I want to hear your comments and thoughts. Have a good one.